Hi, everybody. This is Greg Swanson, and I want to talk to you today about something very important, and that is your fear of boating. There's been people that have been talking to me, and they look at me like I'm a little bit strange when I talk about boating, and I've realized that there's a certain amount of folks out there that have this fear of boating. And I've talked with some folks directly about it. I wanted to make a video to help you understand how I overcame my fear of boating and how you can too. It's a very simple 1, 2, 3 step process. What I did to get rid of my fear of boating was I started small. I started shopping for a very small boat. When I say small, I mean like a 14-foot aluminum boat with a flat bottom, with an outboard motor that was a 25 horse, and the one I ended up with also had a steering wheel. That steering wheel in the boat is going to give you comfort. It's something to hang on to, and it's like your car, so there's a familiarity there. I started with a 14-foot Starcraft with a 25 horse on the back and a steering wheel, and it had a flat bottom, and it was super light and super easy to maneuver and get around and work with on the water. Now I had kids at the time like 3, 7, and 10 years old, and I even got a rope and a tube, and I used to pull the kids around when they were little with this very little boat, and we all just had a blast. But how did I actually get that boat? First thing I had to do was I had to put a ball hitch and wiring on my minivan at the time. Once I did that, and it's kind of expensive, it's going to cost you like 600 bucks. There's just no way around it. You got to take it to a shop. You got to get the wiring, the ball hitch installed. 600 bucks. Once you do that, you are ready to buy a boat. So look on Facebook and Craigslist. Go buy a used boat cheap. And I found one. I found the one I was just telling you guys about. Drove there, and I looked at it from a distance, and I loved it. I jumped into it, looked around, looked at everything. I loved it. And when you get to this point, make sure that, and do this on the phone, that the guy you buy the boat from, you ask him, I really want to go out on the water with you. And I want to experience the boat with you on the water. I want you to show me how everything works. And if he won't do that, run. Just don't even don't even waste your time. You need him to be willing to take you on the water with this boat so that you can have a blast. You can learn everything about the boat, and you can have confidence that you're making the right buying decision. Every single time I bought a boat, people were more than happy to do that. Every single time I sold a boat, I knew that was part of the equation, and I always took the people that bought boats from me out on the water and showed them everything about the boat. All right, so once you're at that point and you get out there and you're on the water with this guy, ask him 1,000 questions about the boat. Make sure you understand how all the buttons work. Lift up all the latches. Look inside all the compartments. Look at everything. Ask everything. And if anything doesn't work on the boat, make sure you know what does and does not work on the boat. Okay? Once you've made a good decision, you're happy about the boat, and you've bought the boat, then work with him to hook up the boat to your ball hitch that's on your trailer. Make sure the lights work and drive home. Once you're home, you gotta kind of, if you're not familiar with how to back something up that's a trailer or a boat, be patient with yourself. Give yourself time and just practice backing that thing up, going straight, turning it to the right, turning it to the left. You just have to learn how the steering wheel in your car works to back that thing up. And it just takes a little bit of time. Be patient with yourself and be patient with your wife. Once you get to this point and you've got your boat, you need to actually take it down to the landing, okay? That's where you put the boat in the water at the lake. Go to the landing by yourself without your boat the first time and watch people do it with their boats. It is entertaining. You're going to see all kinds of things happen when you watch this. You're going to see people that are very smooth, very confident, know exactly what they're doing, and don't waste any time, hyper efficient. You love to be behind those people. Then you're going to see people that they're new to the game, they don't know how to back up their boat, and they're careful that something's going to get scratched, and they take a lot of time. That happens too. Um, but watch what everybody does and build a little checklist for yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I get to the landing, when I get in line, these are the 5 things that I'm going to do to prep my boat to take it off the trailer once I get it in the water. And then once you pull your boat back up onto your trailer when you're exiting, what are the 5 things you're going to do? You're going to, when you pull it up out of the water, to get it ready to get back onto the roadway for driving. Just build yourself that ingress and egress checklist, and you'll be good. Um, and you're gonna notice as you get through this that you're gonna want a bigger and bigger boat. That's just kind of what happens. I got a 14-foot boat, then I got a 16-foot boat, then I got a 17-foot boat, then now I got a 19-foot boat. In Minnesota, when the boat's like bigger than 19 feet, you're gonna get a title with it, and you're also, regardless of the size, you're gonna have stickers on that boat. You're gonna have registration that costs a little bit of money so that your boat is legal to be on the water. It's like tabs on your license plate on your car. You have to have stickers that have the year on it on your boat on the front and on the left, on the front right and on the front left side. And there are water police, and they will stop you. They'll check to make sure that your registration is current and that it's fine. A lot of times they just look at the sticker on your boat and they let you go. I don't think I've ever been stopped by the police on the water. My son's been stopped numerous times. He's a little bit of a cop magnet on the water. But I always make sure that all my stickers are current and everything's fine, and we've never had a problem. Nobody in our family's ever had a problem. Just make sure everything's current. Um, if you get a little bit of static from your wife about your first boat purchase, tell her this. Tell her that the resale on your boat is about the same as the purchase price on the boat. Meaning, when you go to sell it, you're going to get all your money back. And this is kind of weird because it normally doesn't happen with used stuff. But all the boats that I bought have been used, several years old, and I've used them for several years. And then I go to sell them, and I sell them for almost as much as I bought them for. And that first boat was only $2,000. I sold it for $1,800. The second one was $4,000. I sold it for $3,800. The third one was I inherited it, and then I still sold it for $2,400. This one that I'm on right now, I had to go travel for quite a ways. My son and I drove down to Texas, picked it up. It was $12,000. I'm gonna use it for several years, pay about the same. And when my wife realized this, she was kind of like, huh, we had all this fun for all those years on that boat, and then we turned around and got our money back. It's just like, that doesn't happen with a car. That doesn't happen with other things. It's going to happen with your boat. Unless you buy it horribly and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to have that experience. And so you're going to provide all this fun for your family at almost no cost when you go back to sell it. It's going to be kind of a wash. And it doesn't even really matter in the beginning when you have your little 14-foot boat with your little steering wheel and your 25 horsepower on the back and you got a couple kids and a wife that's happy. What's so important is that you're on the water. Even if your boat is small and stuff like that, dude, you're on the water. You're there. You made it. You're now having fun. I mean, I don't have that much less fun on those little boats than I do on the nice boat that I got now. You're on the water. Get on the water. Have fun.